As leaders are called to look at the big picture, Christian leaders must see and experience the big picture through the eyes of God, and in doing so influence those around them to do the same. To a photographer, influence begins with a single pixel of color, which when connected with other colors in different shades and hues, creates an image which transcends the sum of its individual parts. A freckle, a blemish, a cheekbone, and then a smile which ignites the eye, giving birth to an expression that seeks to meet the eye of another, to acknowledge, to influence, and even inspire. The melodic and harmonious efforts of 15 young women, whose individual journeys of self-discovery came together in a much larger one, a journey which eventually touched us all.
The big picture has to do with what we do to prepare ourselves for a season. This year, it's all come together because a lot of kids have played a lot of ball for pretty many years, and it's all being put together right now, and it's an exciting time for us. The big picture for anyone on this team is preparing themselves to the point where they're getting the most out of their ability, and then it's melding together as a team. And right now we have such good chemistry that everybody's really enjoying each other. They're enjoying coming to practice. They're working hard at practice. They're really focused on what they need to do to be a really good team, and it's just a joy to coach them. I think the balance and the strengths at so many different areas. Right now, we have such good hitting, good setting, we have good serving, we have incredible defense. So we can hurt teams in so many different ways that we have a saying that we go to when we need to just get points, we need to grind out points. And that frustrates teams when we start, just digging everything up and getting swings out of almost everything. That's huge, because when you try to play against us, I'm sure they're thinking we can't get the ball to go down, and it's frustrating. So you grind out those victories. Some of that is just the expectation level, and then as soon as we started winning games and we had a winning streak, well, then it was how do we handle that? How do we focus on just the one game or the one play? And they've done a real good job of just setting their goals at short range and making a tournament the focus for that day, or the conference the focus for that day, or pretty soon it will be just regionals, one game at a time. So all that stuff is something that we really keep at the top of our thinking, because if you start thinking at long range, like we want to go to state, or we want to go undefeated, then you might start getting ahead of yourself, and that's when you could be tripped up. I think they've really learned how to play as a team, probably even more so how to play under pressure, because that's why we're winning those close matches. They're keeping their cool under pressure situations, those tight games, and they're playing their best then. Give up, and they always think they can win, and those are huge things that you can't teach. You just gotta go through those, and you gotta have leaders that can actually take that pressure hit or make the great serve or great dig, and they're doing it without fear of failure. I think the impression that they get from our kids is one of they're good players, but you can tell they're good kids too. And there's such good leadership that's one of the things that I think is probably most visible when they are seen as a team that doesn't ever get rattled. That's hard to play against a team because you try to look for weaknesses as an opposing coach, and I don't think they see that. They just wonder, what can we do to frustrate this team? What can we do to get them down? And it doesn't seem like anyone's found that yet. So that's really nice from my standpoint, and probably frustrating for opposing coaches and teams.
In late August of 2008, after the Crusader girls won their first major tournament, the needle was thread for what would become a tapestry in Christian leadership.